You step off the graduation stage with a smile that says, "I've made it." Years of exams, late nights, and textbooks finally paid off. Formulas, theories, and historical timelines. Then adulthood shows up unannounced. Your first paycheck lands, and suddenly, confidence turns into confusion. Why is the number smaller than what you were promised? What are all these deductions? And why does everyone act like a three-digit credit score can decide your entire future? Welcome to real life, where academic intelligence doesn't automatically translate into financial competence. Most of us were trained to pass tests, not to manage money. We learned how cells divide, but not how bills multiply. We can quote literature, but we panic when we see a tax form. Somewhere along the way, the education system assumed money skills would magically appear once we turned 18. They don't. Here's the part that should make you uncomfortable. You need permission to drive a car, fish in a lake, or cut someone's hair. But at 18, you can legally sign student loan contracts worth tens of thousands of dollars without a single required lesson on interest, repayment, or long-term consequences. It's like being handed a loaded financial weapon with no safety instructions. And the gap is massive. In many places, personal finance is optional or non-existent. That means millions of students enter adulthood without understanding how credit works, how taxes are calculated, or why starting early matters more than earning more later. Ironically, surveys show most students want to learn this stuff. The demand is there. The education isn't. This isn't about memorizing financial trivia. It's about survival skills. Take budgeting. Simple, boring, powerful. Yet most adults don't actively track where their money goes. Not because it's hard, but because no one ever showed them how. A basic framework, deciding in advance how much goes to living, lifestyle, and future goals, can completely change someone's financial trajectory. Money problems often aren't income problems, they're clarity problems. Then there's credit. For many young adults, credit cards become their first financial trap. Minimum payments feel harmless until interest quietly inflates a small balance into a long-term burden. Credit isn't evil, but ignorance makes it dangerous. Your credit profile affects housing, insurance, and sometimes even job opportunities, yet most people learn this only after damaging it. And nothing exposes the education failure more than compound growth. Time, not talent, is the real multiplier. Small amounts invested early can outperform large amounts invested late. Miss that lesson, and the cost isn't theoretical. It's measured in decades of lost progress. Taxes are another blind spot. People fear them because they were never taught the basics. Gross versus net. Brackets versus flat rates. Credits versus deductions. This confusion leads to missed refunds, avoidable penalties, and constant stress around a system everyone is forced to use. Add student loans, lifestyle debt, and the myth that everything you buy is an investment. And it's no wonder so many adults feel stuck despite working hard. The truth is uncomfortable. Financial ignorance doesn't just hurt individuals. It weakens entire generations. It keeps people reactive instead of strategic, stressed instead of confident. Hit subscribe for more financial knowledge. Here's the empowering part. You're not stuck with what school didn't teach you. Today, financial education is accessible, practical, and learnable if you choose to seek it out. Budgeting, credit mastery, investing basics, tax literacy, these are skills, not secrets. The real failure isn't that schools skipped these lessons. It's that we were told they didn't matter. They do. And learning them might be the most important education you ever give yourself.